In some cultures, this one in particular, I am considered an abomination, a devil among men, bad seed, a stain on the soul of humanity. Taking lives is wrong, and in doing so I've resigned myself to eternal damnation, or so says the enlightened lessons of catechism. I've never been one to look ahead, so until damnation comes, I'll keep doing what I do. I think it's time. I think it's time I shared my story. And who better to share that story with than a writer, down on his luck? Whoever thought that the great Nolan Wright would become such a cliché? You'll have to forgive me when I confess that I'm no big fan, but you can consider my residuals as a consolation prize. I've read every one of your books. This is not a cautionary tale. It's not some cry for help. It isn't a lead or a clue or sign that I want to be caught or I need to turn myself in. It's just a story. Like all other stories with a beginning, middle, and an end. This is the end of my story. But the beginning chapter in yours.
Sometimes I will sit in my apartment waiting for someone to call. Waiting for someone to stop by. I can wait for days. No one ever calls. So I have to go outside. Living a life without visitors, without friends, heightens the awareness of things around you. You notice things about people that you don't even know. Things that they don't even know about themselves. They don't want to know. You don't want to know, but you do. You can't help it. But you can help them.
My mother never beat me. My father was a cool guy. The pervert in the neighborhood never caught me off guard. There were no skinned cats buried in my backyard. I'm just a normal guy who had a normal life. Like you, I would imagine.
I like watching people. I can watch someone for hours doing nothing at all and never get bored. It's not like TV or movies where you know what's going to happen before it even happens. The guy will get the girl, the underdog will triumph, the cop will catch the killer, but watching someone eat an apple in the park, staring at the asses of people walking by, watching two people commit adultery in a car after a few too many cocktails at the neighborhood bar, watching a man slip into the bathroom to masturbate on his lunch break. It's amazing the things you see from people who think they're getting away with something because no one is looking. No one will ever know. Someone knows. Someone is always looking. You just aren't looking back.
So just think. When you have the shades drawn, the lights off, the doors locked, and you're certain that you are totally alone, I'm watching. We are watching. Someone is aware of your every move. You're all just characters in someone's movie, someone's book, someone's story. And we thank you for not noticing us, for not caring to look at the guy at the magazine aisle, for not catching the face of the nameless stranger who bumps into you by accident. We thank you for the memories. People become creatures of habit, routine. Tasks are performed every day on autopilot. When someone does something over and over again, they go into their heads thinking about other things, unaware of things around them at the moment. Why should anyone notice the car across the street as they head off to work? That car is always there, isn't it? Why should you notice the slightest crack in a blind when you're taking off your clothes in your room at 2 in the morning, just as you have done at 2 o'clock in the morning 100 times before? No one ever notices the person at the magazine rack in grocery stores. There's always someone at the magazine rack in grocery stores. And magazines are not as interesting as the checkout girl during her last hour of work. I think the beautiful people are beautiful because things come easy to them. Lessens the stress. Gives them more time to be beautiful. Doors are open for the beautiful. No one is threatened by them. The more beautiful the person is, the less the threat they are. The less of a danger they are to you. Sometimes a smile can be the easiest way into a stranger's life.